When you think of great epic stories, an assumption that can be made is that there is one main overarching hero. But such is not the case with The Lord of the Rings. Think about it. If one character had to represent the whole story, who would it be? The fact is, Lord of the Rings is full of heroes. Sometimes there are characters in a story that are very helpful, very useful, and you're thankful that they are there. And then there are characters that are completely indispensable. The story would be altered severely if they were not there, and Samwise Gamgee is one of those characters. I'd even go as far to say if Sam had given up or wavered at any point, the ring would eventually have made its way back to Sauron. On more than one occasion, had it not been for Sam, the quest to destroy the ring would have failed completely. So let's look at this scene with Frodo and Sam at the threshold of Mount Doom. After about a year of toil and suffering, Frodo has finally reached the end of his rope. He cannot continue. And if anyone out there has had the misfortune of experiencing genuine and total exhaustion, you'd know that whether you're 10 feet or 10 miles from the finish line, if you're cooked, you're cooked. And this is where Frodo is. After months of trekking across dangerous country, attack from orcs, attack from wraiths, all the while under the constant oppressive power of the ring. But Sam's one mission is to simply never abandon Frodo. Sam's heroism is in his undying loyalty. Even after all the occasions where Frodo was harsh with him or fell under the influence of the ring, Sam never wavers. He willingly shoulders both physical and emotional burdens, and we see the trait front and center when he carries Frodo up the slopes of Mount Doom himself. Fun fact: Tolkien loved glossopeia. Glossopeia is the act of inventing languages, so many of these characters' names had origins in Westron, the common speech of Middle-earth that Tolkien had created. Sam's name in Westron is Banazir Galbasi. Translated to English is Samwise Gamgee. Now, Gamgee sounded a lot like Gamgee, which was a household name for cotton wool where Tolkien grew up. Since Sam was close friends with the Cotton family in the Shire, Tolkien thought it would be sort of a funny pun to morph Gamgee to Gamgee, the colloquial word for cotton at the time. So there you go, a little trivia for you. Okay, so most people will agree that of the members of the Fellowship, there was something different about Sam from all the others. A lot of people chalk it up to how humble Sam was. He wasn't seeking glory or power. But then none of them were, with the exception of Boromir, but even he changed his thinking before the end. So if they all had this humility and no one was trying to seek glory for themselves, then it wasn't humility that set Sam apart. So what was it? I would say that it was his complete selflessness that distinguished Sam from all the others. It feels a little strange saying that because the unspoken conclusion is that all the others were selfish somehow. And yes, that's basically the situation. But not selfishness in a negative or ugly way. All I mean is that we see in the other members of the Fellowship moments where they want things for themselves. It's not bad. In many ways, those are the moments that we feel the most empathy and connection for the crew. The way Merry and Pippin are always on the hunt for more food or get excited when they find a huge stash of Longbottom leaf. Or the way Legolas and Gimli are in a constant state of competition, always looking to one-up the other. None of these things are done with a sense of malice, and it doesn't impact their loyalty to the group or their bravery. This is just the subtle difference between Sam and the group. Sam's motives are pure and grounded in his devotion to Frodo. This quality makes Sam immune to the lure of the ring, even when he briefly holds it after believing Frodo is dead. Rather than being consumed by the ring, Sam gives it back to Frodo without hesitation. Throughout the trek to Mordor, we rarely, if ever, see Sam want something purely for himself. His number one motivation is to stand by Frodo's side and help him complete the journey. Everything he does and all his choices he makes are done out of this loyalty. In fact, the only time we see him express any form of self-interest is in Mordor. It's not until the task is completed, when he kept his word to Gandalf, when he stayed true till the job was done, that we finally see Sam express desire for something for himself, and that's when he confesses his wish to marry Rosie. Tolkien has said that Sam was largely inspired by the camaraderie he observed in soldiers in World War I, in particular, soldiers that were known as batmen. These are the guys who acted as personal assistants to officers and demonstrated deep loyalty to those they served. Tolkien described these men as pillars of support to those around them and considered them to be the better men. In the end, these are all qualities that come together to make Samwise Gamgee the chief hero in Lord of the Rings. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think the quest would have been successful if Sam had walked away at any point? Thanks for watching.